Welcome back to today's episode. It's going to be an interesting 7 weeks on deciding to make a difference. And yes, today I'll be kickstarting it with transforming your challenges into opportunities. Now, challenges are bound to happen in our lives. It has become part of our daily lives. No matter who you are, no matter where you're from, no matter your race, no matter your color, life is definitely going to throw challenges at you. Now, facing challenges and coming out of it strong is what makes you victorious. Now, some of the challenges you face, it could be challenges in your relationship, challenges with your career, challenges at your workplace. Some of them are challenges that you're facing for the first time. So it's okay to face challenge, and there is no protocol on how to handle it because it's the first time you're facing the challenge. And just an example is with COVID-19. It's the first time that we're faced with this sort of challenge. But you see, what matters is how you handle that challenge. Are you making yourself a victim of that challenge? Or you are you're using that challenge as an opportunity to prove yourself, or to learn something new, or to change something. With COVID-19, for example, we're changing how we go to the shops, we're changing how we relate with people, we're changing how we exchange pleasantries, and that's just to fit in with the situation that we find ourselves. So today I'm going to be sharing with you a couple of tips, and that's based on my life experience. And that's over my PhD, I've had the opportunity to learn so many things. With a PhD, it's a learning curve. You get to learn a lot of things, and at the end of the day, you come out and you look back and you be glad that you were faced with those challenges. And because, for example, me as a person, I like to be challenged. Not everyone likes it, but I like to be challenged because it's an opportunity to get better. It's an opportunity to learn something. It's an opportunity for me to prove myself. And that's the same as you. When you're faced with challenges, you decide. It's an opportunity for you decide on how you act on that challenge. It's up to you. You decide how you want to. Is it that you want to make that challenge a roadblock? Is it that you want to make that challenge a setback? Or you want to use that challenge to move forward, to prove yourself, to change something, to learn something new? Now, the first point I'm going to share with you is you have to be honest. And when I mean be honest, accept that situation. Accept that challenge. Look at it and say, yes, this is what it is now. For example, you're looking for something. I'll give you an example. At some point, I was working with the university as a IT advisor. And at the same time, I was working as a teaching assistant. But I needed the funds to pay my fees. And for some reason, it was a 1-year contract. And for some reason, my contract was not extended. So I had to leave the IT help advisor job. And then with tier 4 visas and all that, we couldn't keep multiple jobs. So there were a lot of problems that surrounded that situation at the time. It was a challenge. And then I had to look for a customer service job. At that time, that customer service job was not somewhere I was going to find myself. But boy, I made that challenge an opportunity. You need to see me when I'm going for this job. I always looked my best. I looked at it that it's an opportunity for me to learn how to handle people from different races, because of course I was going to be on the phone. I used this as an opportunity at that time to be able to manage people, to be able to answer queries, to be able to deal with challenges when you're faced with people on the other side of the phone. So I did that job for about 8 months, and I learned. because I didn't see that challenge as, oh God, this is not a very good job. I didn't start feeling timid. I didn't sit down and start worrying. I made that challenge an opportunity to learn new things, to work with different set of people, to speak to people from all over the UK, because of course it was an energy supplier. It was an energy supplier role. So I had to be on the phone all the time. So I didn't see that as a problem at that time. It was a problem, but I wasn't timid. I didn't let myself be a victim to that challenge at that time. And that is how you should handle your challenge. You need to be honest with it and say, this is what it is now. I cannot change it. What am I going to learn from it? What am I going to change? Is it an opportunity for me to prove myself? Maybe you have failed, maybe a course or a unit or something, and then you don't sit down and start crying over it. Say, okay, in the last few years, what have I learned? How can I try this all over again and get better? The other thing I'm going to share with you is you have to be curious. Be open, open to ideas. The moment you're faced with a challenge, you look at it. Is there any new idea that is coming from this? Is it an opportunity for me to learn something new? Is it not an opportunity for me to start implementing something new? Is it not an opportunity to retract my steps or to retrace my steps? So be very, very open. Be open to criticism. Let people criticize you. Speak to people. Have mentors that would actually look at things, and you put it on the table and you say, okay, this is the challenge. This is what I have faced. Ask yourself, how do I want to handle it? And then you go to those people. How have you handled it? And learn from them. So be very, very open. Be very, very open. At some point, I had to run a Nigerian food business. Being a PhD student, a teaching assistant, and everything I do, that did not stop me from running that Nigerian food business, because I knew that there was a problem, there was a gap at that time in Portsmouth, and I needed to fill that gap. So I needed to look at how people have done it in London, how people have done it in other places, and I needed to approach it differently. That didn't stop me. I didn't let that whatever challenge I was going through to limit me. I made best use of every opportunity that came my way, despite my challenges. And it's just the same with COVID. Lots of people have used COVID, the challenge of COVID, to used it as an opportunity to get better. Lots of teachers, for example, they've gone online and they've made best use of it by teaching pupils, by teaching students, to engage them, and they're making impact. They're actually achieving their goal. They're succeeding. And you can do that. Do not make your challenge, do not make it have power over you. Do not sit down and remain timid. Do not be a victim to your challenge. The other thing is determination. Oh boy, I was determined. I was determined, especially when I am a black woman, and coming from a foreign country, in a place where I am different. I thought, yes, I am different, but we have the same head, we have the same brain, so if they can do it, I can do it. Wherever you find yourself, you can do it. So you need to be determined. In whatever you find yourself, you have to make up your mind that I am going to succeed, and that is all you need. That determination that you can do it is what you need. And trust me, you're going to come out victoriously. Oh God, being victorious, being successful is sweet. I have a friend who actually, I think I said it in my last few episodes. I said she had to start from college. She came out with a first class because she was determined. She didn't just come out with just a first class. She came out with a clean first class in the 90s. That is what I mean. And this is somebody that had done a degree in computing and thought it wasn't her area. She started all over again. She went as far as college because she was determined to achieve that goal. She was determined to achieve that goal. And then she came out with a clean first class. So, whatever you find yourself, when you're faced with challenges and you've decided, because of course you are the one to decide on how to act, you've decided that you want to turn that challenge into an opportunity, you need to be determined. You need to back it up with determination. And as well, you need to have a positive mindset. Positive mindset. You'll be thrown at you. People will throw negative things at you. People will think, oh, is she crazy? Are you mad? I said to my friend when I had that, she went back to college. I said, are you mad? But she knew she was not mad. She knew what she wanted. She knew what she wanted to achieve at the time. So she was definitely not mad. And of course, she's finished. She's actually graduating with a first class. She had a positive mindset. When I went to her and said she was stupid, or are you crazy, or whatever word I used for her at the time, she didn't make that a problem. She didn't listen to me. Because she knew where she was going to. And that is how you should approach life. People will come to you. People would not like the steps you have taken. People would not like how you approach things. But you know where you are going to. You are determined to succeed. You are determined to see a problem and learn from that problem. You are determined to see a problem and change something. You are determined to see a challenge and you want to prove yourself that you can do better. You want to set your esteem high. And then you need to have expectations. So when you're faced with challenges and you've decided on how to act, you need to have expectations. You need to set those expectations down. And those expectations comes with like the sort of people you move around with, or the times you spend on social media. You need to have, of course, everything I say, you always need to have a plan. So if you know this saying that the first 5 people you move around with will decide the kind of person you are. So you need to know the kind of friends, the kind of companion you have, so that they do not have negative impact on your expectation. So have expectation, write them down clearly and decide on how to approach it to turn that challenge into an opportunity. With my PhD, I found myself in a very, very different environment. The way we read back in Nigeria was very different. The way they approached education in England was very different. The writing skills was very different. But I needed to set my expectation right to achieve my goal. I didn't see the color as a barrier. I didn't see it as a problem. I had expectation. The expectation is to achieve this goal of having a PhD. And yes, I did it. So if I can do it, you, that person that is sitting down there and waiting and wailing and then sitting down and crying and making your challenge, weigh you down. You don't have to do that. Take that step today. Be determined. Be honest with yourself that this is the situation I have found myself. And take it hard. Take it by the bull. It doesn't go on forever. It's for a short time. There's always light at the end of the tunnel. So whatever you find yourself, it's never going to be forever. Surround yourself with the positive people. Surround yourself with the right set of people that would influence you more, that will carry you along that journey. A lot of people would not like you, trust me. A lot of people would not be happy with you. But you know where you are going to. And I would say that over and over again. So whatever challenge you are faced with your business, things are not going on with your business, you are not getting customers, you need to keep on keeping on. You need to keep learning from it. Is it I have spoken to somebody differently, or is it that my approach of marketing is not right, or I am not targeting the right audience? You need to ask yourself those questions. Look at it as an opportunity to change something. Look at it as an opportunity to learn something new. And then just keep going. Just keep going, because you will definitely get there. You will definitely get there. So wherever you find yourself, Try as much as you can to turn your challenges into an opportunity. Because if you have determination, you are honest with yourself, you have a positive mindset, you are open, you will come out victoriously. You will come out victoriously. There is no one in this life, purple, blue, wherever you find yourself, that is not faced with challenges. So you are not the first person that will be faced with that challenge. So take it by the book. It's okay to be sad for a while. Yes, because of course you gain strength from accepting, from being sad. You gain strength from it. Okay, so it's okay to be sad. But the moment you're sad, let it be your strength. Let it be your strength to prove yourself. Let it be your strength to get better. Let it be your strength to learn something new. And let it be your strength to achieve your goals and succeed. And trust me, you can do it. And to all women out there, and even men, if I can do it, you can do it. If I can turn my challenges into an opportunity, you can definitely do it. Thank you so much for listening. If you have any question, as usual, please send them over in advance. The email is on the screen. Subscribe if you have found this very useful. Please consider liking it. Please consider sharing it. And yes, we're going to have an interesting 7 weeks on deciding to make a difference. I'm going to get in experts. Experts are already. They are all super excited to share their tips with you. And I know we can do it together. Don't forget to like this. Don't forget to leave your comments. Don't forget to ask your questions and share. And I'll see you again next time. This is Bola Adeyeye Omishade. Thanks.